Yes, welcome along to episode 15 of Upping The Ante in association with Bet365 with David Jennings and Johnny Dineen, counting down to the 2023 Cheltenham Festival. And that 2023 Cheltenham Festival is 1 month away, Johnny. We're 4 weeks away today to the start of the festival and the Supreme Roar. And it's a very important day today, Johnny, as we all know. And I just hope we're not ruining any special dates tonight. I hope Upping The Ante is not interrupting any romantic meals, or that nobody's watching over the shoulder while she's going in for the kiss, you know, watching Upping The Ante. It's Valentine's Day, Johnny.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
You didn't know where I was going there.
No, I hadn't a clue what you were on about, actually, to be honest, no.
Well, did you know it was Valentine's Day?
I did. I knew it was.
And did you purchase?
No, not yet. No, look, I was rushing this morning. There wasn't much point in going ranting on about Valentine's Day at 6 o'clock in the morning at the same time when I'm leaving. So no, I will do something maybe the weekend. You know, but midweek is never a great night for Valentine's Day anyway.
So when you were leaving this morning, did you actually even say Happy Valentine's Day?
Oh, I did, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Exactly. But sure, look, Valentine's Day is only for young fellas, isn't it? Like, you know what I mean? Really. Well, when you're like me, praying for a happy date, you Valentine's Day.
I think you're an old romantic at heart. You know that?
I don't know about that now.
Will you get the flowers? No.
I would do something now. Flowers?
No.
I'm not sure now, to be honest. Okay. I'm not sure. Depending on how you get on today first.
She's a lucky lady. Anyway, how was your week?
Up and down, in and out, you know, that kind of stuff. I was winning and losing. Last 3 weeks now, kind of like standing still, you know what I mean? We're making no progress, but didn't do any harm. I actually might have won. I actually won yesterday, Monday. Good start to the week anyway.
Monday, but then you give all the way today.
Tuesday's
not your day.
Is not my day normally, so I'll have to mind myself today.
Yeah.
But no, look, as I said, this game is funny. You could be, I've often had years there where you'd be winning so much after, say, 3 months. And you'd be saying, Jesus, if I could multiply that by 4, I'd have a great year. Yeah. 6 months later, you're in the same position. You've made no progress. So like having a period like 3 or 4 weeks where you don't make any money is nothing new to me anyway, really. You know.
And so we're obviously into the middle of February now. We've 6 weeks into the year. Are you in front or behind for the year?
I'm in front this year, yeah, so far. But like nothing life changing.
If people are slagging you now, I'm reading the comments and people are slagging saying, Johnny always seems to just about break even. You know what I mean? Just about break even every week.
Yeah, but look,
they're wondering, are you telling the truth, Johnny?
No, I am. I broke even the last 3 weeks now, but I did get a good start to the year, all right. But sure, listen, you could lose it in the flesh. Just the one problem I have nowadays is I can lose more than I can win in a day, and it used to be the other way around. Really, when we really made the game pay properly. Do you know what I mean? As a fella, I think it's a great saying. If a fella, he said to a fella, this guy, how are you doing? And he said, I'm gathering it in sops and losing it in bales. Which is roughly what I can do nowadays. You win small, but then you have an absolute blowout.
But Jane, the main thing is you're still enjoying it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's very much a big part of it too. Like there is an element of job satisfaction, even though it's not really a job. You know.
You never worked a day in your life, Johnny.
Well, and I hope to keep it that way.
We get on with the show?
Yeah, sure.
Let's get on with the show. So don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and comment and share everything Upping The Ante and Johnny Dineen. So we're going to kick off with our questions from the crowd, and get your questions into us. We love to have as many questions as we can. We've plenty to choose from this week, Johnny, and the first one this week comes in from Michael Byrne, and Michael wants to know, is John Bon a play or a lay in the Sporting Life Arkle after what he did at Warwick on Saturday?
Look, that's a good question. I honestly couldn't answer it. I was looking at John Bon, and I still don't know what he was doing in Warwick. I'm perplexed as to what kind of performance it was. Like, for the first half of the race, it's normal service, and then suddenly down the back straight, I'm looking and said, he's going to pull up. Like, I'd say he probably went 2 or 3 to 1. I think a lot of people thought he was going to side him up, run out the side of a fence and pull him up, and I was saying, geez,
really?
Yeah, I thought.
Did you think that?
Absolutely, I did. Absolutely, I did. I'd say I'm not on my own either. When you're looking at it,
well, you're on your own here with it. Anyway.
Do you think so? Yeah.
I never thought he was going to pull up.
Did you not?
No.
I did. I was certain he was going to pull up. Yeah. Then he was after going wrong, and I mean, he won. Ultimately, he won. He won well in the end. But like Calico, like is a 130 horse. That's what he is all day long.
But do you think Aidan Coleman was kind of taken by surprise? Like you're bowled along there, like doing your own thing. You're not expecting somebody to scoop by you 6 out.
Yeah, I thought like, okay, he went by him 6 out, but it took an eternity for him to actually grab a hold of Calico at the same time. Like he didn't go to 2 or 3 to 1 and running for no reason. You know,
no, oh, no, oh, Jesus, absolutely
like for a 10 to 1 on chance, in like roughly a 10 to 1 on, he was 1 to 18, but he was 10s on to stay in the machine, whatever. To go to 2 to 1 against or 5 to 2 against, he had to be doing something radically wrong.
Yeah.
Like he had to be all at the points of being good. It looked like he was going to get beat. Now I do not know what he was doing there. I can't for the life of me figure out what kind of performance it was. You couldn't be happy with it anyway. I don't think you could be happy with it anyway. And like he was usurped as favourite for the Arkle.
And 15 to 8 now with Bet365 is John Bond. That's his biggest price in a long, long time.
Yeah, look.
Since about 2017.
He's no longer favourite, and in my book, that's the right bet now. You know, I think the pendulum has switched to the other one now. Swung, yeah. Towards El Fabiolo. Like going into Saturday, I would have slightly favoured John Bond because I think his jumping was. Even his jumping wasn't as accurate as normal, even, you know?
No. It's a 2-runner race. He's making his own run, and I think the Arkle will suit him a lot better, I think, with Dysart Dynamo in there.
Jeez, he was getting a solo in front, David, and he gave it away. Like if he did something like that in Cheltenham, he seemed to lose interest. So I don't know what he was doing. Listen, I could not actually put my finger on what he was actually doing on Saturday. Like, for me, I'd be going the other way now. I'd be going to El Fabiolo now.
You're
on the back
an El Fabiolo fan.
Look, I think put it this way, if El Fabiolo puts in a proper round of jumping, he'll mangle John Bond in the back of that anyway.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I've been against John Bond all year, as you know.
Yeah.
But it's funny, the closer it's getting, because he probably only has 1 horse to beat in El Fabiolo, I'm less against John Bond as I was in November, December.
But if he runs like the way he ran in Warwick, he has more than 1 horse to beat in the back of that effort.
Yeah. No, he was disappointing.
Oh, I think he was. I think he was. I think, like, you mean he was a bigger price in running than he was to win the Arkle before the race.
Yeah, against Calico.
Yeah, exactly. So
but we wouldn't fall down the ground together now if he won the Arkle.
Oh no! I still would be loath to ride him off, and maybe he'll come back and put in a much better effort. But I thought it was a lethargic attempt now, to be honest.
A lethargic attempt from John Bond at Warwick on Saturday, and Johnny Dineen is now in the El Fabiolo camp for the Arkle. Our second question this week comes in from Margaret Kelly. And Margaret is thinking very negatively this week, Johnny. She said, due to some unforeseen circumstance, if the Cheltenham Festival was chopped from 28 races down to just 3, which 3 would you keep? So this is basically a roundabout way of saying which 3 races are you most looking forward to at the Cheltenham Festival. So good question, Margaret. Good question. So 28 down to 3. Number 1, what are you keeping?
I'd keep the Arkle Chase. I always love the Arkle Chase.
Right.
I do.
As opposed to the Arkle Hurdle.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
You're keeping the Arkle.
I would. I love the Arkle. I do. It's even going back years and years, from back as far as maybe Bob's Line against Noddy's Rider back in the early 80s, and then you had like Remittance Man was a horse that you'd have to be drawn to.
My first ever day in Cheltenham, first ever day, I was 11. I think it was 11 or 12. Sean Plev and Hill Society. Do you remember that photo finish?
But that was against Champlain. Oh yeah, I remember it. Yeah,
about 3 months that photo finish.
Yeah. There was some fantastic, like Waterloo Boy. There were some fantastic horses. Like even obviously the ones in the latter years were great horses as well. There's something about a 2-mile chaser, and especially a young chaser that has the potential to go to higher places as well. Even more so than the Champion Chase. Even I think.
Okay.
You know, I like the Arkle when even at that stage in their career they're liable to finish up anywhere, you know, that kind of way. And they've so much, and they've speed. It's a bit like it's a bit like what's watching the 100-metre sprint in the Olympics or something like that. You kind of, that's the kind of a race you'd be drawn to. I love the Arkle Chase, I do.
Okay, so our 3-race Cheltenham Festival, the first race up is the Arkle, okay?
Yeah.
What's the second race?
The second one for me would be the Champion Hurdle.
Okay.
Because I just think, like, if there is a world-class horse, national hunt horse at the moment, it's Constitution Hill. And you'd like to see him having a chance. Like everybody likes to see champions, like the likes of Tiger Woods and Frankels and Muhammad Ali's and all these kind of, you know, this kind of thing. Lionel Messi, do you know what I mean? That kind of thing.
Yep.
Even though the opposition mightn't test him to the full, I think like to get an opportunity to see a horse like Constitution Hill is definitely a positive in my eyes. I'm looking forward to seeing how he gets on anyway, and hopefully he'll put in a stellar effort as well. You know?
Absolutely. So we have the Arkle, We've got the champion hurdle. Now, these are all on day one, Johnny. So
Yeah.
I'm guessing I know your third choice.
No, my third this year, I was between two minds between the Gold Cup.
Yeah.
I know, and I'm going to go for the stairs hurdle this year. I'm looking forward to the stairs hurdle. It looked being a week race about a month ago.
It's come alive,
It has come alive now, yeah. So I'm looking forward, this year I'm looking forward to the stairs hurdle. The Gold Cup is a fantastic race too, yeah. You could have either put either one of them.
Well, you haven't. You've gone with the stairs
I'm going to go with the stairs hurdle, yeah. Just this year.
Blazing Cal, Tihupu, Flooring Porter.
And there's Home by the Lee.
Home by the Lee, sorry, yeah.
And there's that French thing is in it.
Yeah, the French thing, yeah.
Oh, that has no chance though, has it, that joke?
Has it not? No.
Oh, absolute million.
Okay.
I think it is anyway. What's it called again? Something?
Oh, I'll figure it out by the end of the show.
Yeah, I know, it doesn't matter what it's called anyway.
Million.
Yeah, oh, absolute million is right. I couldn't have that at all. But
it's so bad you don't even know the name.
Yeah. But there's 3 or 4 like very, very decent horses in that race all of a sudden. From looking like being a weak race, now it's one of the stronger races now. Again, they're betting 3 to field in it.
And the genius that is Charles Burns did it again on Sunday at Navan. Unbelievable training performance.
Yeah,
to think that horse was last seen as a 5-year-old and now he's 7. Like a hell of a performance.
Yeah, didn't even think of it that way, yeah. Always a great effort, is right, yeah. Fantastic effort. He did it well anyway, you know.
Will he win it?
He's a big runner anyway, yeah. Will he win it? I don't know, but he's a big runner.
Okay, so your 3-race Cheltenham Festival is the Arkle, the Champion Hurdle and the Stayers Hurdle.
I think so this year, yeah.
No Gold Cup, no Champion Chase.
No. The Champion Chase is like, looks to be a whole host of horses that look like they can beat each other on any given day. This year, you wouldn't be certain what's going to happen in the Champion Chase.
I am.
Well, I'm
Johnny,
one
I am.
horse won't win, but
well,
I don't know what
I'm telling you now, I can't wait for the review show just to rub your face in Edward Stone winning the Champion Chase.
Right, okay.
But there you go, Johnny Dineen's 3-race Cheltenham Festival, Margaret. It is the Arkle, the Champion Hurdle and the Stayers Hurdle. So our final question this week comes in from Paul McIntyre, and Paul wants to know, who is Johnny Dineen's favourite and least favourite racing pundit? I am looking forward to this one, Johnny. Well,
look, I'll
tread carefully.
Yeah, the least favourite one is a nasty question now at the same time.
Well, give us an idea.
I'll skirt around that anyway. Okay,
skirt.
Look, I always think RTV is a better racing channel than At the Races. Now there are a few exceptions, obviously. Okay, there are like from At the Races, you listen to people like Kevin Blake. Seb Sanders is a guy I like.
Excellent,
yeah. Gives it to the jockeys anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's not afraid to give it.
There's a bit of Johnny Dineen about him, isn't
there?
There
is, yeah. He's not afraid to give it to jockeys. And these guys in the time form, they know what they're talking about now.
Yeah.
But I'd go the other channel, like if you're looking for the favourite ones. I always think of people like, my favourite one is probably Gary O'Brien.
Excellent.
Yeah, like, and I give you a few more that I think are fantastic. Is Lydia Hislop.
Excellent.
And the girl I really, really like is Rachel Casey.
Okay, excellent, yeah.
And the reason I like some of these people is that Rachel Casey in particular, you watch her on racing, she's good. But next thing you turn on the telly, snooker, darts, that kind of stuff. She can flip in and out. Yeah. Gary O'Brien would be the same, as far as I'm concerned, could cover any kind of.
Yeah, and do you know who's as good as anybody? That Richie Persad.
Yeah,
can do anything.
Yeah.
And he's like the least annoying person in the world.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You can bring him anywhere.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but like Gary O'Brien is almost too good to be confining himself to horse racing, in my eyes, anyway. You know, like he's the guy that could be. You could see him on prime time or question time some night hosting.
And hopefully we'll have him again for our Cheltenham preview show the week before Cheltenham. Negotiations are underway. He was on last year, Johnny, when you weren't with us.
Okay.
But we're negotiating with Gary at the moment.
And Lydia Hislop is a person that I really enjoy listening to. So, like, I know she's a good show there with Ruby Walsh, but there's something about
rival show, Johnny. Rival show, yeah.
But
it's not as good as this now.
No, she's fantastic. No. I think she is anyway. And she's not afraid to ask a few little questions here and there. And even there she had a bit of a spat with McCoy. Like, about something, I don't know what she even said to him at the time, but like there's no harm to ask these questions every now and then, and there should be more of it in my eyes. You know what I mean? There should be more of it, and if he doesn't want to talk to you, who cares?
Do you think, Johnny, when I'm doing this show in about 3 or 4 years' time, and there's somebody else standing there, and I say to them, "Who's your favourite racing pundit?" They're going to go, Johnny Dineen.
No, I'd say unlikely.
ITV's Johnny Dineen.
Unlikely. But listen, look, there are guys that but like the art in this kind of a thing is and it's a very difficult thing to pull off, is not grating. Like
Yeah,
Gary
I
O'Brien
know.
would never
Haven't
grate.
figured it out
Do you know what I mean? Like those fellas are on like 4 hours a day, 3 days a week. It's very hard for at some stage you look at them and say, I have enough of you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know that kind of thing? And that there is an art, and I don't think you'd ever say that about a fella like Gary O'Brien, because you know he knows what he's talking about and he gets to the cross properly. But there are a few guys that you wouldn't you'd be putting the mute button to as
Would
well.
you? Yeah.
You would.
Would be a few of them.
You would. Some of the commentators I don't like.
Really?
Oh yeah, I watch a lot of races in silence at the end, especially if I have a chance of winning or losing. If I'm going to be involved in the business, then the sound has to go down every time.
Right.
Yeah, I can't listen to them. No.
Okay. Who's your favourite racing commentator?
My favourite racing commentator was probably Desi Scal.
Desi, yeah.
Yeah, because he was a guy that wasn't. You didn't. He was like a referee. You didn't notice he was there even. You could you could be there looking and say who was even commentating. But today, in modern day commentating, you definitely know who's commentating. Like
That's a bad thing, is it?
Oh, it's desperate. I think it is anyway. The eye is drawn and all this kind of stuff. Do you ever hear that sort of stuff? The eye is drawn to, or push comes to shove and it beat with about a half a mile, and you on it. Getting a bit lower in the saddle, and like my figure's done with about 30 seconds minus. You know what I mean? And next thing, this guy says he's getting a bit lower in the saddle, as if like the race is over. As far as I'm concerned, I backed the horse one day actually. It was Tomo, right? Right?
You're like, don't get stuck in.
No, I know. I'm not going to say it, but
he's coming again.
It was funny actually. I backed this horse and faking him. 3 mile chase.
7 laps.
Circuit and a half to go. 1,000,000 to 1 he was now. Absolute million. Nearly after falling 4 times. So the next thing anyway, they jump a fence and Tomo says, they jumped at it. He says, they're all going well, as they should be. I said, Tomo, my horse is not going well. I looked down, he's 200 to 1. And they're like, give us a break. I mean, all going well, as they should be at this stage.
Yeah.
And they're like, Tomo, will you stop? Do you want to back him?
Photo!
Photo, yeah. But look, I don't know what but some of the commentators, they've put puns in and all that kind of stuff. I don't know, like it's.
You don't like that?
No, I don't. I'm not a fan of that stuff at all. And like it's like they're giving you the ram, isn't it? Like, you know what I mean? That when you're losing, like the puns aren't very funny. Then I don't think, you know.
Johnny, nothing is very funny.
No, that's true. I suppose not. No, I suppose not. But I don't think they take that into account enough. That when there's a winner, there's a loser in the other corner.
There is, yeah.
You know.
Okay, so you're the simple approach to commentating is what you.
I like it. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I do. I just to keep it simple is right, and just call the horses and don't
you're
be trying
a Desi Scal fan.
Yeah, always was. Yeah, like he's the kind of a guy that you could never, as I said, you wouldn't. He'd never upset you in a race anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, there we go. We covered a lot of ground in that. We got to know the inner thoughts of Johnny Dineen about our racing pundits and commentators. It's Performance of the Week time here on Upping The Ante, where Johnny Dineen counts down his top 3 performances of the last 7 days. So number 3, Johnny.
Number 3 for me was Theatre Glory.
You're going with the TH big time.
Yeah.
Theatre Glory.
I'm after getting elocution lessons.
Will you bring me with you?
Yeah. So
was it 33 to 1? No. Theatre Glory.
Theatre Glory, whatever you like to call it. I thought that was very, very impressive. I know the race wasn't a great race, and like Love Envoy was obviously out of it and that, but it won well though. It won well. It throws its hat into the ring for some of the mares races, definitely.
Do you think so? Yeah.
No, like if it was my horse, I'd wait for Punchestown and go there fresh.
Okay.
And like other horses after being to Cheltenham and maybe Aintree. Like I don't think it's up to winning the mares race in because that's
not this year anyway.
No, maybe not. But if it arrived there fresh in Punchestown, I could see it maybe lowering the colours of a few yokes. Then all right, you know.
Yeah, it would have been interesting if Love Envoy had shown up, because she would have had to work to win that.
Oh, she would have had, and that kind of ground. They probably did the right thing in not running Love Envoy at the same time. But the ground is important to Theatre Glory as well. Very important to it. The better the ground, the better she is. But like her record on good ground is fantastic.
Okay, so number 3, Theatre Glory.
Yeah,
number 2?
2 was Blazing Cal in Navan.
Oh, I thought that would be your number 1. Okay.
No,
number 2, yeah.
Blazing, well, it was a great effort from such a big break. But after saying that, though, it to have a chance in the Stayers hurdle, and it obviously has a good chance, it would want to have done that in that race. You know what I mean? Beaten meet and greet. Like I would say, like Ante-Post and Home by the Lead doing that kind of stuff. Look, I thought there was a slight overreaction to its
the fact that he won
price insofar as like I think it has a great chance. Don't get me wrong. I do think one of 3 horses will win that race: Blazing Cal, Ante-Post, or Home by the Lead, all depending on the ground. But and like it was masterly trained, obviously. But he actually said himself that it was fairly straight. And
he did actually, yeah.
And it was intimated that the bounce could be a bit of an issue.
Somebody actually it was almost a question in the crowd this week. Are you a believer in the bounce factor?
Look, you're a believer.
Is it nonsense or is it not?
I wouldn't say it's nonsense. No, I wouldn't say it's nonsense. I think it's probably more prevalent when a horse runs. I think what you were really worried about something like the bounce was horse didn't run 2 years, wins, and turns up 6 days later or 10 days later. This is a month.
Yeah.
Like it might be, you wouldn't maybe feel the effects as much, but look, the bounce is the same. It has been proven.
I always think it's similar to if you're over Christmas and you do no exercise at all during December, and you go out on the 2nd of January and say, right, I'm going to go for a run around the block, and you'll be dreading it all day, and you say to yourself, oh, I'm dreading this, and then you do the run, you go, God, that wasn't as bad as I thought, and then you go out the next night and you absolutely die.
All right, okay.
That's what I think it is.
But I can't say I've ever experienced that.
It's not an exact science, that's just my theory on it.
I'm never much into the running.
Well, no, I'm no Haile Gebrselassie myself now, Johnny, I have to say.
Right.
No. But it is, for Blazing Cal backers, at that price, it is a bit of a worry, obviously.
It's an imponderable, of course it is, yeah it is.
Yeah.
Like, I do think he's a great chance, of course he has. But I do think if to win the Stayers hurdle, he would have had to do what he did. And to do it as well as he did, you know.
Yeah.
Now, who knows what maybe he won't to prove anything, I don't know. I mean, if he does come on for that run, look, he's a great chance, obviously.
I think Philip Burns has turned into a really good jockey.
Yeah.
I really do. I think he's improving. Every day he's improving. And he's not panicking. He's settling horses. I think he's a decent rider. But
look, young fellas get better and old fellas get worse, isn't that? That's what they always say, isn't it? You know what I mean? So, like, he's only a young fella, so he's going to get better. He obviously has a lot of knowledge of the horse.
Yeah.
They work him, like, obviously.
I don't think it's a massive negative going to Cheltenham.
Oh, no, far from it. Like, he's a horse that will be hung on to and delivered probably coming around the last bend towards the last hurdle. That's where he's going to try and win his race.
Okay, so number 2 is Blazing Cal. And number 1, Johnny, if this performance isn't number 1, what's in my head, I'm going to end the show now. Because there was one performance which stood out way more than any other. Yeah. And I hope it's a female, is it?
It is.
Well, that's okay. Yeah. We're back on level terms.
I went with Lucia in Exeter.
Tipped up by David Jennings on Upping The Ante a few weeks ago.
Is that right, yeah?
Yeah, you weren't listening, no.
I don't even listen to my own, I don't mind yours.
She was brilliant.
Very good, yeah, very good. You just don't know how good that animal is. Like, you know what I mean? It won with some swagger, and it knocked down hurdles and everything. You know what I mean? At the end, you know, it didn't even jump like all the way through the race. It could have jumped better.
Nico with a creak in his neck up the home straight.
They were bad in it. They were bad in it.
Yeah, but it didn't look at that bad of a race beforehand.
No, but I'd say it turned out an ordinary race. But saying that, like, she's put herself as favourite for the mare's hurdle, that's probably where she'd go. She's going to be a tough nut to crack at the same time. She
is, and I think the fact that she didn't jump the last particularly well, mare's officer. Yeah. The fact that she didn't jump the last particularly well almost answers the query: Supreme or mare's novice hurdle, 2 different courses. She's made for the new course, I think.
Yeah, look, she's got a high cruising speed, and there's probably a less
demanding jumping.
Exactly,
test.
Exactly. Look, she's going to be very difficult to beat. Very difficult to beat. Like, she's like 7-4. I wouldn't like to be laying her.
She's banker material now, isn't she?
She's heading that way. Yeah, she'd be about as good a bet as Ante-Post was in that race years ago, and that couldn't be found in it. So you never know with horses. But like, she's big credentials going there, yeah, absolutely.
Just say, Johnny, I don't think it's going to happen. It's a stupid hypothetical question, but just say they do decide to go for the Supreme. Yeah. She's a massive player. Now, her jumping you'd be worried about, but her ability-wise, you'd have to say she comes into the reckoning.
Oh, she'd only be about a 5-1 shot in the Supreme, yeah, definitely, yeah. She'd be inside a lot of horses in the bet anyway, absolutely. You wouldn't even fall down if she was heading for favouritism.
No, absolutely not. No.
Time of race
Unbeaten, I think she's a star, and so does Johnny Dineen. Lucia is your performance of the week. Now you've heard his performances of the week. Now it's time for Eyecatcher of the week, and we must say, Johnny, one of your Eyecatchers actually won yesterday.
What was that called?
Or on Sunday, was it Klitschko? Did he not win yesterday?
Yesterday, yeah, but it only fell in though, didn't it?
Yeah, but he still won, Johnny. He still got paid.
You got paid. I did back out for something, but it was heart and the mouth stuff at the same time, you know.
You were a little bit disappointed.
I was, even though I won.
What price did you back him at?
1.6, whatever that is, 8 to 13 is the price he was anyway. There was no, it wasn't sale of the century anyway. No, but he won. Like that's the most important thing.
He won.
Anyway,
He did. He won.
Get paid.
He won.
But
he won. He was on the ropes. He won.
Yeah, it was anxious viewing now, to be honest. Yeah.
So Klitschko has won. So we're in the profit for Eyecatchers of the week already. Your Eyecatcher of the week this week?
My Eyecatcher of the week was Ring of Roses. It ran in that maiden hurdle that Home My Lord won in Navan.
Yes, third in the second race at Navan on
Sunday. Yeah,
Sunday. Yeah, Ring of Roses.
Ring
Tell
of
us why.
Look, there was money for it. It was only 12 to 1 for starters. Yeah, like it's first time out. Like it was a big ass first time out. Never ran anywhere. It's a mare by Flemingsford. So there's something by presenting. Like I thought it ran well. It finished third. Was probably the second best horse in the race. It's a good effort. Like first time out. Like they have options of maybe going back for a bumper, or maybe going for a mare's maiden hurdle. Either way, like it should be winning. Like I'd imagine it could go back for a mare's bumper. It'd be certainly to win a mare's bumper or a mare's maiden hurdle in the back of that. Anyway,
yeah, she looks like she's loads of ability.
Yeah, she's useful enough because, like I'd say, Home My Lord is no mug himself. You know, like he's probably a fair horse. Like the second horse, like belonged to that
Lorna Fowler, Banjax.
Yeah. That probably capable of winning a race itself. So. To finish as close as it did, and it would have been second in another like 100 yards.
Yeah,
or so.
yeah.
Like I thought it was a promising enough effort in a race. Like there wasn't much depth in it now, to be fair, but it did run well at the same time.
There you go. Johnny Dineen's Eyecatcher of the week is Ring of Roses. It's what's happening this week time, and we're going to preview 5 races this weekend. Kicking off at Ascot, the Rendlesham Novice Chase, won last year by Does He Know. What will win it this year, Johnny?
Look, I looked down through it. It's not a great race, is it? Like for this is often the better one.
Gallia de la Toe is currently favourite.
Yeah, I thought it was like 3 possibilities: Gallia de la Toe, Bold Endeavour, and Oscar Elite if it came back to form.
Big if.
Yeah, it's a big if. The stable's been hit and miss this year too. Look, Gallia de la Toe has one good run over 2 mile. Then a pulled up in the Cato Star and then won easy again the last day on heavy ground at the same time. I'm presuming not going to be encountering that kind of a surface. No. Bold Endeavour, to me, like I might be wrong, I have a feeling there's a hole in Bold Endeavour.
Do you, Johnny?
I do, yeah.
I think he'll win this now. Going back right-handed, jump to his right at Doncaster.
Yeah, I have a feeling now when it comes to the crunch, Bold Endeavour will check out anyway. You know?
Any particular science behind this?
The one day he ever ran against decent company was in the race Gillino Bellows hurdle race in over 3 mile in Aintree, and he pulled up. I just
did Laura Morgan train?
Yeah, she did. Yeah, Laura Morgan isn't too slow at the same time.
Brilliant,
now, you know. Like I know it's a good. We're saying it's a good stable change. It possibly is, but the races he's won, I wouldn't say they were very ordinary contests in my eyes anyway. And look, I have a feeling he'll be found out in this company now. I do. He's a horse I don't fancy in the race, to be honest. I'd nearly take a chance with Oscar Elite in a small field.
Would you? Okay.
I would, yeah, small chance, yeah.
Okay, well, I came in today thinking Bold Endeavour was one of the best.
You could be right. You could be right. Sure, I'm wrong.
I thought he's been quite impressive on his last 2 starts, and to win the way he did, jumping so far right.
His jumping is good.
Last time, I think he's going to make ground jumping around Ascot. I think he's going to whiz around there. Like he jumped great late at Leicester going right-handed. I think he's a better horse than you think he is. I'd be a big Bold Endeavour fan there.
Okay.
The big race of the weekend is obviously the Ascot Chase.
Yeah.
We have got a corker in store here. We have got Factor de Darrays, the new favourite for the Ryanair Chase, put up by Johnny Dineen, Ante-Post for the Cheltenham Festival, against Shishkin. Well.
Look, I couldn't have Shishkin anyway. Was Factor de Darrays going to run here? He is.
Well, I presume so, yeah.
Is he? Yeah, okay. No, I thought that they might have skipped it and got it straight to Cheltenham. You know what I mean? If they were going to go for the
Has he not won the race for the last 2 years? He won it last year.
He has, but he has, yeah, he has. I just thought he might have a better chance in Cheltenham if he didn't run here, you know.
Okay.
Shishkin is obviously turning up. Pictori's running, isn't it? He's in this race. And Miller's Bank. Yep. Miller's Bank. There's not much between Miller's Bank and Pictori. Like I fancy Factor de Darrays if he turns up. Yeah, I do.
Are you still, like, even, I know we've spoken about this many, many times on the show, Johnny, but do you not think you're just a little bit quick to write off Shishkin?
No, I don't. I don't. I'd say it's more aggressive he'll get in my book, anyway.
You think he'll run worse here than he did in the Tinkle Creek?
I think he won't. He'll go backwards, if anything. Yeah, more than likely. I wouldn't have him in any race anyway. I wouldn't have, like if Fakir Dodari didn't run, I still wouldn't fancy him. And if you took out Pictori, I still wouldn't fancy him. Miller's Bank's a chance in this, actually. I wouldn't back Shishkin in any race. I just can't back that type of horse. I just can't back him. Maybe he'll win, no, I don't know, but I won't be on him anyway. Any day he ever wins, I'll never be on that horse again anyway. That is a certainty. I know I might be wrong. As I said, I've been wrong plenty times before, but look, when they do start this kind of stuff, I just can't.
Johnny, it's 2 runs. He's not running backwards for the last 3 years of his life.
Two is
He's still a relatively young horse. He's got the best form in the race. If he did happen to come back to anywhere near his best, he would win this race.
Yeah,
easily.
If he did. But look, that's a huge if. It's a huge if. And you see the horses all the time. The minute they go, they stay gone most of the time. Okay, there you go. Johnny does not fancy Shishkin. I still think, Johnny, if there's just a part of me that thinks that he could absolutely bolt up and be 6-4 for the Ryanair afterwards. Oh, I hope he is. Because I'd be giving him the full Monty in 6-4. He won't be 6-4 in too many races, I don't think, anyway. Johnny's with Fakir Dodari's. I'm sticking with Shishkin, don't mind Johnny. The Rendlesham Hurdle at Haydock, returning from over 700 days off, next destination is actually favourite, Johnny. Yeah, I was surprised that was favourite. Yeah. No, like, there's not too many horses are in Mullins's, Nichols's and Henderson's, is there? There wasn't too many horses ever dined at those 3 hotels, I wouldn't have thought. Why, is he in Henderson's now? Yeah. Oh, is he? He is, yeah. Oh, I didn't even know that. Yeah, he is. He's making his debut for Nicky Henderson, yeah. Oh, be the Lord. I'm almost certain he is, and I thought I read that. No, you're never wrong. Look, you couldn't back that. And he's 11 years of age. No. In this kind of, no, it is a substandard contest, all right. It's plenty of... Can you remember what won the Ballymore the year he was in it? The one, the only... Sam Crow. Was it? Sam Crow, yeah. Yeah, I couldn't remember that, no. You couldn't have him anyway. What do you like against him? I thought it was a very, very open race, to be honest. There's a good few horses come back from chasing in this, isn't there? There is, yeah. Look, Prashima, if it didn't run the last day, but it did run the last day, you know what I mean? Yeah. So you can't really ignore that. And on your policy, Johnny, yeah, you can't have Prashima. No, well, like, I would excuse her because it was a different kind of a race. And Johnny, you can't be at that now. You can't have one rule for one and one rule for another now. Come on. Well, Prashima, I actually think she has a chance, but like she had an off day. I don't know what she had, but look, she's probably the top-rated hurdler in the race at the same time. Yeah, yeah. And there's a good few horses come like Ashtown lads and them, like the Elvis Mail. They're all kind of chasers. I'm not having a bet in the race, but if you force me, I'd probably pick her. Yeah. Okay. Grand National Trial. I was a fan of Fontaine Cologne. I think he might win one around this time last year. Do you remember at Lingfield? Yeah. The Million Weekend. What do you like in it? I was a fan of Move the Chains, but it's actually running today. Oh. Yeah. Will you back it today? I don't know. It's top weight today, but there's only 10 stone 1 in this race. You know, I like horses with small weights in these kind of long distance chases. So if he doesn't run, and I expect he won't run out since he's running today in Lingfield, I'll go with horse in the same weight, small present. Only for a token bet. It's Sue Smith. They like these long distance chases. Topical on Valentine's Day. Yeah. Should be getting a very small present. No present. And the final race we're going to preview is the Kingwell Hurdle at Warwick, where I think Nappers Hill will win, and I have no doubt that you don't. No, look, Nappers Hill, First Street, and I'd like to move it. They're more or less the same horse. I mean, they ran in the race that Marie's Rock run the last day. They were 3rd, 4th, 6th. None of them stayed. Yeah, probably not, yeah. Look, I think it's probably very much on the day. I'd be leaning against First Street, probably between the other two. If you force me, I'd go, I like to move it, but it wouldn't be... I think Nappers Hill, the fact that he's won around there, that's whizzed around there earlier on the season. Yeah, but he did beat So Right at the same time, you know. Yeah. So, look, if you force me, I'd go, I like to move, but there wouldn't be any major confidence behind that selection. Okay, I'd be pretty confident about Nappers Hill. I think this is the right race for him, and that's what's happening this week. It's DJ versus Johnny time, our weekly charity bet here on Upping The Ante. And Johnny has taken the lead. Yes, once he said he was going to put the rest into the pot. If he didn't reach €1,000, the winner started firing in. And he's moved up to €725 versus my €650 for charity. You're going for 3 in a row, Johnny. Yeah, man did the business for you. Very well done. Yeah, he was all out, but he got there. He got there in the end. So, yeah, man won for you last week. What was the one the week before? That was Cuthbert Dibble.
I knew it was. I just wanted you to say it again.
Fireman Sam
Cuthbert Dibble. Yeah. No, he's not Fireman Sam.
He's something like a Fireman Sam.
Yeah,
Anyway,
he's a cartoon character, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's Cuthbert and Dibble, I think.
Oh, is it right? Yeah, okay, yeah.
But Cuthbert Dibble and, yeah, man, means you're going for a hat-trick, Johnny. So take it away. Look, what is going to complete the hat-trick for you?
And we need a runner anyway, so I'm going to go with one in Clonmel. I'm going with the first favourite in the 105 on Thursday called Feddens.
Feddens.
F-E-D-D.
105 Clonmel
A-N-S,
Thursday.
Yeah.
Well, you don't know he's going to be favourite yet.
Oh, it'll be favourite.
What price are we expecting?
Oh, you'd be glad it's around even money, I presume. I don't know. It's going to be short, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And she's penalised. I am playing safe, yeah. She's penalised, all right. But look, she doesn't have a lot to beat, I don't think. And like her last run, where she was second to what could have been, like that didn't have bolts to the form in against Ashroad Diamond and Blinder.
Cracker, yeah.
You know, so like Feddens is dropped into a grade here now. Look, if she don't win here, they can leave her down there in my ways anyway. You know what I mean? I think she has to win this. There should be no excuses in the race.
You might actually see her in the flesh.
I'm going down to see her, yeah.
You're going to Clonmel?
I am, yeah.
They mightn't let you in, Johnny.
I know.
They better cut the grass.
Yeah, exactly.
Clonmel officials, if you're watching, cut the grass because Johnny Dineen is on his way.
Yeah, the visitor is coming, yeah.
Yeah. You're going on Thursday?
I think so, yeah. I'm supposed to meet a guy down there, so I think it'll going down on Thursday, yeah.
He must owe you money, does he? It must be a special occasion.
I'm giving him an instalment, yeah.
So Feddens is Johnny Dineen's charity bet in the 105 at Clonmel on Thursday. And Johnny, I'm going to the all-weather for mine.
Oh, good.
On Wednesday, 6 o'clock at Kempton on Wednesday. Creme Le Cacao, okay? This is one of these. She's a filly trained by Roger Very and David Egan takes the ride. This is one of these horses. Do you know when you're working or you're doing something and the telly is just on in the background and you're not really paying any attention and all of a sudden they're turning to the home straight and you kind of look and you say, God, that filly is very eye-catching. What's going on there? And I re-watched the race about twice or three times. I think she's got loads of ability. I think she only finished 5th in the end in a Wolverhampton maiden won by Glittering Lights. But to me, it was a perfect case of first day at school. She hung a little bit in the straight, but first day at school, jockey wasn't too hard on her. She enjoyed herself. I'd say you'll see a completely different filly here at Kempton on Wednesday. Creme Le Cacao. Looks like she's probably only got the Andrew Balding horse to beat, and I think she can do that. I think she's a nice filly. So Creme Le Cacao, hoping for in around 3-1 in the 6 o'clock at Kempton on Wednesday is my charity bet. And I'm catching you now, Johnny, so I need a winner.
Oh, yeah.
I need a winner.
That one, reminds me of a story. You know, when you said you're watching races in the background?
Yeah.
I was about a year ago. Gorn was on. Do you know them dreadful cards in Gorn where they have a maiden at the start and maybe one at the end and 5 or 6 not the 60s in between?
Yeah.
So I'm sitting down, not even watching the race anyway, and next thing they put on the sound and they're commentating away, and next thing fellas had to give me money for a horse early on the day to have on for him, and next thing they were turning in and I said, that name rings a bell. So it's about in front 2 down. I said, Jesus, give me the phone quick. So I grabbed the phone and he said, oh no. And you know what happened?
It won.
Oh, it did. It's 16-1. Disaster, yeah.
Sickener.
But that's it, yeah.
Yeah, it can happen, Johnny.
Oh, I know.
Can happen. There you go. So that is this week's charity bets. So folks, it's time for the picks. Yes, our latest collection of Ante-Post tips for the 2023 Cheltenham Festival. I'll go first this week, Johnny, if that's okay.
Go ahead, yeah.
Yeah. There was good racing in Exeter on Sunday. Obviously, Lucia was the star of the show, but if you kept watching for Pertemps qualifier later in the card, I have to say I was very impressed by Walking on Air. Now, I know Pertemps winners of qualifiers have a terrible record in the final, but this year it's got to change because you got Shoot First, who's favourite, has won a qualifier. You've got Maxim, who's second favourite, has won a qualifier. You've got Percival Le Galois, who's third favourite, has won a qualifier. And now you've got Walking on Air, who has also won a qualifier. And I think Walking on Air is really interesting, okay? I think he's lightly raced. I just wanted to see, did he properly see out 3 miles? And he definitely did on Sunday. He really hit the line hard. I thought he won quite convincingly. I know Nico had to give him a few cracks maybe after the last, but I thought he won reasonably easily. Won that off 133. His revised mark won't be out until next week, but I'd say he'll probably go up to a mark of in around 140, which is perfect for the Pertemps final. Really lightly raced. This horse actually went off 9-2 for the Grade 1 won by 3 Stripe Life at last year's Aintree Festival. It's taken time for him to really fulfil his potential. He was second to Shall We Have One More in a bumper at Kempton on his debut. I think they've always held him in high regard, but I think he's a stayer. Don't think he's a 2 miler or 2.5 miler. And he has a touch of class, Johnny. I think he has a touch of class. 16 to 1 with Bet365 for the Thames final. And the Thames final is a race I like because I think I hate the race as regards a race at the festival, because this qualifying nonsense drives me mad over the years, and messing and trying to finish 4th and 5th in other years. I know it's the first 4 this year and first 6 other years. But there are usually only a certain amount of horses that can win the race. You know by it, like over the years, like do you remember Delta Work and Glenlow and stuff, and obviously presenting Percy won it. But I do think Walking on Air is definitely a big player. I think 16 to 1 Bet365, which will be live on the site from 6 o'clock tonight. I think that is decent value, 16 to 1 Walking on Air. Nicky Henderson said at his press day yesterday he's definitely going, and I'd imagine he'll be at least a single figure price in the day, if not disputing favouritism. So Walking on Air at 16 to 1 for the Thames final is my latest tip for the Cheltenham Festival. Take it away, Johnny.
Look, I'm going to go with Billaway for the Fox Hunters.
Are you?
I am, yeah, I am. Look,
14 to 1 Bet365.
I can't believe it's such a big price, to be fair. The way I look at the Fox Hunters anyway is, okay, Vosley may beat him, and Mighty Lead, what the one that was that Mighty fella was beat him, or did he pip last year? What was that called again?
Wing Leader. Wing Leader.
Wing Leader. But after that, there's nothing in the race. I don't think there is anywhere really. You know?
Chris's Stream, no?
Which one?
Chris's Stream.
She's running them point to point. You know what I mean? I don't know. I wouldn't really fancy Chris's Dream anyway myself.
Okay. So why is Billaway going to win it again?
Look, I think the ground is important to Billaway, but it's equally important to Vosley. Vosley doesn't get good ground, he's going to be vulnerable. If he does, he'll probably beat Billaway. But if the ground happened to come up on the slow side, which it possibly might on the Gold Cup Day, who knows? Look, I didn't think he was a 12 to 1 chance. I'd say, look, they're gearing him up for one last hurrah. You know what I mean? They're gearing him up for the Fox Hunters. Okay, and what he's done this year, you couldn't fancy him. Like, he struggled the last day and he was beaten 20 lengths by that Ferns Lock. But like, Ferns Lock 6 to 1 and he's not even running. No. Now, there's a chance that Christie might only bring one horse here too. So I think if he beats Vosley, he'll probably win the race. Yeah. Like, I can't have anything else in the race anyway. I just thought he was overpriced with Patrick Mullins, and you still have Willie Mullins training him at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's all right, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's better than the average hunting trainer anyway, you know. And like Christie is a good operator though at the Hunters, definitely. And look, Vosley probably is the percentage call against him, but I didn't think he'd be 5.
Is there too much difference in the price between
absolutely.
the two? Yeah.
Like, even last year, fellas were saying, Vosley was robbed against him in Punchestown. He was, but Billaway nearly fell going on the far side in that race. Yeah. I mean, so like, what would have happened if he had jumped? But Billaway is inclined to throw in a horrific jump on the way around now. That's the only problem. But at double figure odds, I thought he was overpriced.
There you go. Billaway to do it again in the Hunter's Chase is Johnny Dineen's latest tip for the 2023 Cheltenham Festival at 14 to 1 Bet365. Those prices, Walking on Air for the Thames final at 16 to 1 and Billaway at 14 to 1 for the Hunter's Chase, will be live on Bet365 site. And it is the Ante-Post market, it's not the non-runner no bet market. Will be live on the site from 6 o'clock. So before we let you back to your romantic dinner, we're going to have a quick look at our Ante-Post list so far. And we'll have a look at mine first, Johnny. I know the way you're thinking for the Martin Pipe. It was a lovely run, I thought, on Sunday at Navan, tipped up by myself at 20 to 1, is now 8 to 1 Bet365. I know the way you're thinking. I think he's got a big chance in the Martin Pipe. It was a decent day for me on Sunday, because I know the way you're thinking obviously it ran well against Hunter's Yarn, and Lucia is now 7 to 4 favourite for the Mayor's Novice Hurdle. So hopefully that, fingers crossed, Johnny, that's one winner on the board, I hope anyway. So it was a decent Sunday for me with regard to my Ante-Post tips, and there they are scrolling down the screen behind me. A few shorteners, the likes of Third Time Lucky, hopefully he'll go to the Grand Annual, and hopefully the likes of Pembroke will go for the County Hurdle, a few in the handicaps. But Walking on Air has been added to the list today. And you got big news, Johnny, this weekend. Obviously, we haven't spoken about it much, but Allaho obviously out of the Ryanair Chase, unfortunately. An abdominal bleed means Allaho, last year's winner and the year before's winner, won't be running in the Ryanair. It's disappointing. It is disappointing, because he's one of the biggest names in the sport and we want him there at Cheltenham. It is disappointing, but you tipped Fakir the Darius at 20 to 1 a long time ago, before you were even famous, Johnny. Look at you now. Look at you now. Yeah. At 20 to 1. Now he's 11 to 4 favourite with Bet365.
Yeah, look, he's there with his chance anyway, surely, you know. He's the one, look, he's the horse to have to beat, whether he...
Your theory all along, obviously, there's people who said, oh, Johnny knew, look, Allaho was out. This is obviously a completely new thing with Allaho. It was a piece of work he did on Saturday. And as Willie Mullen said yesterday, like a completely unusual thing. He's never seen it in a horse before, to have a bleed in the abdomen. Right. So yeah, you didn't know.
Not a clue. No. Look, I just think when horses start getting issues, they get like humans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, once your knee starts creaking, the next thing is your bladder, and the next thing is, you know what I mean? You know, the next thing you don't know where you are. I just think that once it's a bit like a car. You know, the older they get, the bits and pieces start to break, and that's the way with horses too. And
He wasn't a bad old Ferrari, was Alaho?
no, it was a great horse, fantastic horse, yeah. But I just think that when they do go. When they do start getting issues, it normally it can take their toll on them too. It can take their toll on them ability-wise, even if they do get them back, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. But Fakir Dar is he the one to beat now in that race?
Oh, without question, yeah, without question. I do think he is, and I think that this is his year. If he doesn't win it this year, he never win it anyway, you know.
No, obviously you'll be hoping he does the job on Saturday and goes on. He could be even shorter after Saturday.
Yeah, we hoping he wouldn't have too much of a hard race on Saturday at the same time. It's quite close to Cheltenham, to be honest.
It is, 3.5 weeks. Takao is an interesting one. Now 5-1 favourite Bet365 for the Boodles, tipped up by your good self at 11-1. He's going to be hard to beat in that, isn't he?
He's a good chance, yeah. He's a good chance.
Be interesting to see what the handicapper gives him. He's 129 in Ireland now.
Yeah, he'll get one. Would he get
three maybe?
He'll get more, I'd say.
Will he?
Yeah. I think so. Woody Munnels will get more than 4 pounds, I'd imagine.
Okay.
I could say 1, 3, 7, 8, 9, that kind of stuff.
Oh, really?
I think
you could put him up 10?
I could see it, yeah. Like I'd say they'd take your hand off a 1, 3, 3 anyway, right now. So yeah, I'll need Mr. McManus to take the dirty look off my tips.
Well, yeah, I was going to say you're being very hard on yourself with your tips. Obviously, Facile Vega was a big momentum swing.
Oh, that's it, yeah. But these things happen. But look, maybe he'll come back. People think he will. I think he's no chance. But that doesn't mean he won't come back at the same time.
Tell me this, Johnny, right? So just say if he is profitable for you, if he's beaten, if you lay him, right?
Yeah.
But you've tipped him up in your doubles on the show. Going down to the start in the Supreme, will you be hoping he wins or loses? Now, given the show was very important in your life.
I'd call that collateral damage. Those things happen to me all the time. I tip horses to fellas. Next thing, I finish up laying it. Next thing they text me, thanks very much. What are you talking about? Oh, Jesus, stop. That's that horse he's on about. But these, life changes, and these things, you take a different view every now and then. And I never rigidly stick to the same opinion if I think it's wrong. You know what I mean? So I'll be against Facile Vega all day long.
Okay.
All day long, yeah.
All day long, all week long, and all month long. Johnny Dineen is against Facile Vega, but he is in a lot of Johnny Dineen's bets for the 2023 Cheltenham Festival. So Johnny, I'm sure, listening to me grating every week, that they are all members of the Racing Post Members Club at this stage. But for those few, maybe one or two that aren't,
non-believers,
the non-believers, you can join the Racing Post Members Club for half price for the first 3 months, and that takes in Cheltenham, Aintree. Would you get the guineas out of that, you might? 3 months.
Who cares?
February to March, March to April, April to May. You'll probably get the guineas.
Might squeeze in it, yeah.
First 3 months, half price. All you've got to do is click on the link in the video description to get that unbelievable offer, Johnny. Unbelievable offer. First 3 months, half price, 50% off. Become a Racing Post member. Just click on the link. So episode 15 is done and dusted. Have you a busy week ahead, Johnny? You'll be planning this big romantic night out now this week. You're going out at the weekend.
Saturday night, maybe.
Saturday night.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Now, if you're going, what restaurant would you go to? If you were going to a really nice restaurant, give me the name of a really nice restaurant. Where Youghal is it?
Well, you go to. There's some nice places in Youghal. There is, yeah, and there's a few on there's one particularly good one in Ardmore as well, yeah, which isn't too far away from us. You could go to there's
Ardmore and Waterford.
Yeah, that wouldn't be
Cliff
too far.
House.
No, that's White Horses. Cliff House is in Ardmore too. Yeah, that's
White Horses is very nice.
Lovely, yeah. Gorgeous. But there are some lovely restaurants in Youghal too. You have plenty of choice around there now, up as far as Middleton.
So would you kind of would you book it, not tell her, surprise her on Saturday, or would you be kind of like, come here, will you? Book a table for the two of us there. What kind of style would you be?
No, we'd be going, we'd be having it in advance. You wouldn't want to be just springing our surprises on her now, you know what I mean?
Would you not know?
No, it would have to be done, that'd have to be a bit of premeditation. That's the word, isn't it?
It's not good to be talking about your relationship and premeditation in the same word.
I'd say if I said no, at 5 o'clock in the evening, she'd be saying, I'm not dressed up or anything.
Yeah.
You know, that stuff,
Takes them a while.
It does, yeah. Oh, it does.
And so you might go out Saturday night then for a
possibly, yeah, exactly. And it's the usual stuff between kids and all that kind of stuff. And I'll be watching the race on Saturday and Sunday. So they go to Clonmel Thursday, so...
Yeah, well, hopefully you come out of it alive. Anyway.
Yeah, I did.
I'm sure you get
carpet.
A rousing reception from everybody involved at Clonmel. Johnny Dineen is on his way to Clonmel on Thursday, and he's going to be back in Feddens in the opener at 1:05. So as I said, that's it for episode 15. We're getting there, Johnny. A month ago, this time next week, we'll be into the 3-week countdown, Johnny. So
yeah.
Not long now.
No, that's true, yeah.
Long shot Ted to say on Twitter, not long now. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your Valentine's night. Hopefully we didn't spoil it for you. Well, I'm sure they wouldn't watch it this evening, would they? They'll wait till tomorrow,
probably, yeah, exactly.
Well, listen, I've been David Jennings. He's been Johnny Dineen. Thanks for watching Up in the Ante.